finally, BioWare is acknowledging that the ending to Mass Effect 3 made no sense. They've acknowledged it and they are announcing new DLC. The press release says BioWare is releasing the Mass Effect Extended Cut DLC, which will expand on existing endings, but no further ending DLC is planned. Are we proud of the game we made and the team that made it? Hell yes. Are we going to change the ending of the game? No. Do we appreciate the passion and listen to the feedback delivered to us by our fans? Very much so, and we are responding. So it's not a new ending. Anybody reporting that it is a new ending, Game Informer, is horribly misinformed and perhaps did not comprehend the press release. This is saying that it's not a different ending, it's just a clarification to the ending that we got. Instead, they state that they want to preserve their team's artistic vision.
Artistic integrity? Where did you come up with that? You're not artistic, and you have no integrity. You know, you really need some help, but a regular psychiatrist couldn't even help you.
I highly doubt that it was the team's artistic vision, the team's ending. Like I said before, I really think that this is decided upon by one person in charge, or their EA overlords, where one guy went into the room in charge and developed this ending that would be open enough and easy enough to continue the franchise, to offer more content in a very open-ended way. Need I remind you the speculation from everyone initiative, essentially. And that's why that there were so many plot holes and it was so poorly written. But at least they are admitting that there are a bunch of plot holes and it's poorly written in the ending that we got. That is a small victory. So the ending stays then. So that means the Godchild stays, space magic stays, multicolored explosions stay, the Normandy escape scene stays, and the mass relay destruction stays. So this is merely to fill in the plot holes and show us basically some scenes of our squad mates and war assets actually participating in the battle that will help provide us closure. That's great, and I'm looking forward to seeing that, but my biggest concern right now is, does this disprove the indoctrination theory? One thing that I can say for certain by doing a bit of research from BioWare's Twitters, again, they are revealing a little bit more information. One thing that they are willing to say is that A, no one starves to death. That's confirmed. B, the rebuilding of Mass Effect relays are entirely possible, possibly with leftover Reaper technology. Whether they can do it in time before everybody else starves, well, obviously they do, because it says nobody starves to death. C, there won't be any proper showdown. There's not going to be a final boss battle with a Harbinger. There's not going to be any of that, because simply they say that there's not going to be any new gameplay sections, that this is just going to be cinematics and possibly dialogue. My best guess is that it's an additional 10 minutes of cutscenes and perhaps a few dialogue sections. And yeah. As somebody on my Twitter put it, Greg on my Twitter put it, say they're basically telling us why their shit stinks rather than giving you something that isn't smelly shit. Yup. So I was fully prepared to give BioWare credit for the indoctrination theory. Please have our indoctrination theory and then watch them ride off into the sunset for the biggest trolling and the biggest risk ever in gaming history. Whether it's right or wrong to have done it, it can be debated for the rest of time. But no, essentially this is the ending that we intended. It's a shit ending. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Oh, we fucked fucked up. So now we have to explain the things that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Thanks for pointing out the things that didn't make any sense. We'll fill them on our own. We're not gonna use your explanation. We will just give you more of the ending that we gave you. It'll be great. You'll get more Godchild, you get more nonsensical logic, and it'll be awesome. Enjoy. Now, my theory is that EA has pretty much forced this upon BioWare, this whole situation, and basically telling BioWare to leave it as open-ended as possible in the ending so that they can continue to milk the franchise and do it. So not necessarily give people a satisfying ending, but an open-ended ending, something that leads directly into the next game or directly into the expansion instead of the satisfying conclusion that BioWare has been promising us all these years. It wasn't double-checked and voted on internally. I mean, I think that's a pretty safe guess. And on that note, congratulations, EA. You are the worst company in America. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tell him what he's won. Hundreds of thousands of people out there who hate your business and business practices and who regard you as an evil corporation. That's your prize. And they actually won the contest on the Consumerist for being basically the worst company, beating out companies like GameStop, Walmart, Bank of America, which I was surprised. EA won of all that. So yeah, those are the people in charge of the ending, and those are the people in charge of bringing us more Mass Effect 3 content. BioWare has to take their orders from the worst company in America, essentially. The first multiplayer pack, the Resurgence pack, is completely free. You get 2 new maps, a few new classes, few weapons. It's all free. Except for the fact that there were a ton of microtransactions and stuff that you have to pay real money for that has no real value in the multiplayer already, that they probably already made a ton of money off of. And they've already said that the multiplayer pack was gonna be free. And they do plan paid DLC, which is fine. You can plan paid DLC, possibly an expansion. I hope that there's both, and I hope that they're worth it. But you can see that EA is in damage control mode. Bam, free extended cut DLC. Bam, multiplayer DLC. We're not the worst company in the world. Hey, yo! I hate to say it because the automatic assumption by every journalist is that, oh, they shouldn't do this because the fans will still complain. Well, when you give us something that's essentially the same thing that we already got, just expanding on the same poor shit-ass ending, then you have to expect the same people who were complaining that the ending makes no sense, that there were plot holes, that this goes against the entire Mass Effect universe, would continue to say those things because it's the same freaking ending, only with more cinematics to explain how shit the ending was. Now, I think that this proves that the indoctrination theory, which was the most intelligent, mind-blowing explanation for this poor ending, this shit proves that the indoctrination theory is wrong. That BioWare couldn't come up with the indoctrination theory on their best day. That we gave BioWare too much credit. The indoctrination theory is false. And that is the most depressing. If this DLC disproves the indoctrination theory, I'd rather not have it. I'd rather not even see it. La 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 la, Shepard is indoctrinated. He's gonna wake up after the red ending and we will have a big epic battle with a Harbinger and we will see everything that we were promised to see. That is what will happen. And maybe that is what will happen in this cinematics, but it would have been much better had we got to play it. Who knows? We will have to see until the cinematics come out, but I would like to know from you guys, what would be your best case scenario for the extended cut DLC, and what would be the worst case scenario for the extended cut DLC? Let me know in the comments. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.